Alright, welcome everybody to, this is going to be a little extra video that just giving a little description of the parties that you can form. Each party kind of brings a little bit different gameplay to each playthrough, so it's not, you don't always play the same way through. So, let's get this started. The first one here is the default one that it comes up with. This is generally not a good one whatsoever. I mean, the fighter, he's got good defense, but the thief and black belt will just take too much damage for the red wizard to keep up the healing. So it's really not red mage, sorry. Will not be able to keep up with the chance of healing these guys. Now, the fact that with this many physical fighters doing good damage, you won't need as much black magic, so your red wizard will be better used for healing, but he still gets really crappy spell charges, so not a good one. Next one here, this is generally the one I go with. Though the thief sucks, his class change into the ninja brings out a little bit more. But to be honest, in this one it doesn't work out as much. I generally like it more for the update ones because he gets the haste and saber ability as the ninja. And that allows you to have a second character able to boost, so he can boost his own attack while the black mage focuses on the fighter later in the game. But it's a solid one. It's a bit difficult in the beginning with the thief being such low. He'll take a lot of hits and could easily die. And this way is also a little more expensive than the other one I'm about to show you in the other next slide here. But yeah, it's a pretty decent one. It's the one I usually generally enjoy going with. Alright, so the next one is this one. Not much else is different. This is just slightly cheaper as well as slightly stronger party than the previous one, but it's a poor defense one. The fighter's got the good defense, so he won't be so bad if he takes the hits. But the black belt really has a problem with defense, so he'll really be getting kicked really badly. And then the white mage, yeah, the white mage will probably spend a lot of time healing up the black belt. And then the black mage has the traditional spells, and adding haste and temper to the black mage, though temper doesn't work in the original one, using it can really, you'll be doing some really good damage. This one, this is another decent one. It's the same as the other one, really. It just adds, if you want the black magic, when the red mage does his class change, he gets almost all the black magic other than the most powerful. And, I mean, that's good enough for what you use magic for. At least now you have a better physical fighter as well as one that will be able to heal a little bit more, take a lot of the burden off the white mage. But he's, even as the red wizard, he kind of gets outclassed close to the end of the game, and you'll find you'll use him more as a mage. Where are we next? So let's go with the quadra parties. These are the ones where they it's all the same group. Now, the first one here, all fighters, really good defense, really good strength, but God, are they expensive. All the best armor and all that is all really expensive. And you have to spend so much money on potions and intents and stuff like that. But I mean, by the end of the game, they're all going to be taking like less than two-digit hits easily. Like they'll be taking like 9 or less HP hits for the most part, depending on which armor you have equipped. So you can get pretty far into the game without using healings. But like I said, expensive with buying potions and other stuff. All thief party? Not worth it. I wouldn't bother. Too much damage, too expensive, no way to really heal. You'd be spending more time healing than you would actually fighting. all black belt, really, really goddamn offensive, but you'd be spending, only one of them would probably get a hit in. Otherwise, you'd be spending all the other three would be spending time healing somebody else. But it's really good for offensively for taking out enemies quickly. All red mage, this is really good in the beginning, but he gets really outclassed by about halfway through the game. So I wouldn't really bother with this. White mage, yeah, this is just a really stupid party. Not so much expensive, but yeah, it's up there. Most of the white magic isn't really needed, but if you like a challenge, I know there's a lot of people who like to challenge using only white mages. I think that's stupid, but oh well. Black mage, don't bother. It's not worth the time. Alright, next little one here. This is sort of a variation of the all fighter one, obviously, except you give it healer. So you won't be taking very much damage, and with your healer in the final spot, she will only be taking very minimal damage, and easily once in a while have to cure somebody. It's really well worth it. It's a pretty good one right there, but yet again, very expensive. This one, though spells are a little easier to get with, like now that you can heal him with spells and such, they're all going to be taking way too much damage for the red mage to really keep up. He'll be spending more time curing people than really attacking, because they'll go down. Even the monk will take almost 2 hits and he'll go down. This is a little bit better, because at least you can keep one mage curing one character and then so forth, but yet, again, no defense. I mean, in the later part of the game, you can use like the defense up, like the fog and stuff like that, to become stronger, but you'll be spending, you'll be going through cure quite a bit, but you got some really good offense. This one's a little bit better, because at least you get the cure, and at least you got a little bit of defense there, but still not the greatest. This one, no, I wouldn't bother. Really would never work out. This one, really offensive, fairly defensive as well, but yet again, there'll be times where you'll be getting the crap kicked out of you. There are many combinations. The thing to remember is that each class has sort of its own unique abilities and what they're used for. Like the fighter, a party really should contain a fighter, because they'll absorb the majority of damage, and that's what you really want. Otherwise, because most of the other characters, like the thief and black belt, they're almost going to be KO'd in one hit. Red mage can stand up quite a bit too, but I mean, like I said, he gets outclassed, his strength lowers. He can't use as many spells until the class change, but he's good in the beginning, but really sucks at the end. The thief, the best part about the thief is if you want a quick escape, the thief generally has the highest luck and generally is the easiest to escape, as well as his biggest is when he does the class changes. He'll be able to co-op some of the best armor, and he'll pretty much become another fighter / knight with black magic abilities. So he's kind of like the opposite of the knight. Instead of having white magic, he'll have black magic. Yeah, that's the other thing to the having the 4 fighters, is that they'll turn into 4 knights when you do the class change, and they'll get some low magic stats, which is really low white magic, which is really good, because that means they'll be able to cast cure on themselves, so you won't have to spend as much on potions after a while. You only have to use a cure spell once in a while, and that's pretty good. Black Belt, if you really want some offense, you can finish off a lot of the enemies in one hit with him. He'll be able to one-hit kill many of the enemies, especially when he transforms into the monk. But it's also a trade-off because many of the enemies will be able to finish him off in a one-hit kill as well. So he's good to keep at the back row. So he's sort of a trade-off, 1 for 1, you know. Good damage, but really bad defense. The White Mage and the Black Mage, well, White Mage is always a staple, always good. You know, you want to be able to cure yourselves, but you have to put quite a bit of work into them to get them, get some good spell charges, so you'll be able to survive long dungeons. But he is a must. She. As for the Black Mage, you can honestly actually get away with Black Mage, Black Wizard. You can honestly get away with not using him at all. He's in, you know, if you like magic, he can be very devastating, but at the same time, kind of useless. So, this is it for my small little class tutorial and combinations. There are a lot of combinations. You can try whatever you want or whatever. I just picked a bunch of random ones and some of the ones that are effective. Some of the better ones are like the all fighters class or the fighters with one white mage. It's expensive, but you'll probably have the easiest time going through it. The classic fighter, thief / monk with the white mage, and then either a black or red mage is another good combination. If you have a monk, I would suggest putting him in the 4th slot so he won't get hit as often. But I would only do that more if you're using a fighter, red mage, fighter, red mage, white mage, and monk, rather than a fighter, white mage, monk, because you want your white mage to stay roughly at about the 3rd level, because you don't want her getting taken out. Or you can put the monk at the 3rd level and keep your white mage at the 4th. It's all good. The black mage has the worst defense, so hopefully this has been a bit of help. If you choose different combinations, it makes the game slightly different and a little more enjoyable. It's kind of like a primitive, I don't know what the hell you would call it, but battle system, I guess, for Final Fantasy's traditions. Yeah. So just try different things, different combos. It's all good. I just named a few. So hopefully this has been a bit of a help to you. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. Bye.